Welcome back to the show. I am so very happy to have my friend Julian Carr here with Discrete, and of course he's also the founder of the Cirque Series. With him, Pete Stoughton, who's our aspiring minor man. Welcome, gentlemen, to the show.
Thanks.
Great as always.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, thrilled to have you guys here. All right, so Julian, you are always looking at, I think, how to get outdoors and really connect with that, and certainly we know how you know how to do that in the winter, without a doubt. You're connected with very much with the snow and to the mountain. But summertime, you were looking for something new to do, and you figured it out with the Cirque Series.
Yeah, I think I'm so used to hiking up mountains to ski down them that I was like, man, we got these world-class mountains here. I really fell in love with like hiking Mount Olympus in Salt Lake because I live right by it, and I kind of looked in the trail run space for contests that were similar. Like go hike a serious peak like Mount Olympus and get back down. Right. And I noticed there were a lot of races that were similar to that, but they were like 100 miles, 50 miles, which is very cool, or the obstacle mud run relays, which are also very cool. But I didn't see anything in the landscape of a cool race series that fit like around 10 miles and like 3,000 vert. So that's exactly what our races are. They're all
3,000 vert and 10 miles.
Yeah, which it's more manageable than you think.
It sounds like a lot of uphill, my friend. And I know when you always, it seems that, you know, for all intents and purposes, you disappear in summer. We see you all winter, and then you disappear, and now we know why, because you're out in the mountain climbing, in the forest. Clearly, you're going to have to do this quite a few times to get up to standard, which I think Pete knows a little bit about. Huh?
Oh yeah, Pete, he's the man. He's going for a really cool thing where he's running like two races a week. What do you do?
Yeah, how many is this, Pete?
This will be the 8th, I think, in the whole set.
And the plan is to get how many done altogether?
24.
24 races like
within
this.
Park City.
Right. Wow. You pretty much have to do all of them then.
Every single one, yeah. Without and when people keep adding more, it's ridiculous. But I've really enjoyed the Discrete series because I move away from Round Valley, and now I start into the mountains. And we live here in Park City because of the mountains, and so it's just super fun to get up at higher elevation, check yourself before you wreck yourself on the downhills, and really get to explore what we love about Park City and see the contrasting view from ski to summer. And so I'm really excited about venturing up in the higher elevation.
I like the smell of the forest this time of year. That's the thing that gets me out there, right? That that crisp, clean mountain air, the trees, the sap, all of that. Yeah. The leaves on the ground crunching under your feet. These are all going to be things that get you excited about getting out there and trail running.
Oh yeah, I just ran the course yesterday to put together a little course preview video, which we'll show. And it can be pretty hot, down at the base area, but as soon as you start hitting the trail, you get in the single track. It's so beautiful in there, like you said, just the cool noise of the leaves. It's so beautiful. Then by the time you get up on to the peak, it's just perfect, and you feel so awesome because you just bagged a peak,
Right. And now generally you would jump off of it. Which we have to bring it down a notch, Julian, because there's no snow to land head first in.
Well, that's what's fun about these races is that I'm someone that might just as well be skiing or mountain biking or wake surfing, but I really love running down a trail. It's like you kind of feel like you're in a video game. And
being
it's
a kid
really
again,
cool.
right? That's what we all loved, right? You're running downhill as fast as you can, just trying to keep up with your feet.
Totally.
Pretty great.
I think that's why mountain running is so fun. It's an extension of that feeling you had when you were a kid, and for some reason,
feeling those
we
quads.
all hardly run anymore once you get to be an adult. And this race is really fun too because it's not about all-out running. Like I don't consider myself a runner at all, and it's more of a hiking contest because I make the courses like I think you can attest like the most direct route to the top. So it's like a really hard, challenging, hands-on knees at time hiking contest, and I think that's why people really love it because you don't have to be a runner to do them.
Julian, I'm sure there's people at home that are like, but Julian Carr is like a world champion, jumping off, he's got world records for jumping off cliffs. At the end of the day, they're probably really wondering if you're saying that or if it really is that manageable. It really is this manageable.
It really is. We've had ages 12 through 65 come out.
Wow.
So I've had a lot of my buddies that are in their 20s and 30s, and they try to give me guff about how they don't know if they can pull it off because they're not a runner. I'm like, hey,
right.
I've had 12-year-olds up to 65 on course, so you got no excuse.
So it really is for everybody.
It really is.
I like this. This is going to be an awesome experience. I want to take a look at the video, and then we're going to talk about how Pete ran it, or is going to run it rather. You've run it. Pete's going to. Yep. Let's take a look at that right now. Here it is. It's the Cirque Series.
Okay, let's go. Finishing up at Deer Valley. It's got your endorsement.
Yeah, man. Oh, that course.
Sick. Everybody, June 24th, Deer Valley Cirque Series, stop 1.
For the uninitiated, we need to talk about that. That's Jimmy in there.
Yeah, Jimmy Elam. He's the 2016 overall men's expert category champ.
Wow.
Which I think Pete's kind of burnt because he was the 2015 expert champ. So he's going to go out there tomorrow and be like,
you got to defend that.
I got to get that back, that title.
Right?
Jeez.
You feeling
Sorry,
it? You want the belt back?
I know, I got to get that buckle back.
You know, I'm excited for you to try this. When are you going to go run it?
So we got a race tonight, the midweek mountain bike race.
Okay.
And tomorrow, Jimmy Pickard on the Park City running team with me. We're going to go try to run that one fast. So, yeah.
Now, I didn't realize that you were this competitive. I mean, I know that what you've got planned, and I know how excited you are about getting through all these races, but I didn't know that you really were trying to set these kinds of standards. You want to win these things that you're doing.
Well, yeah.
You're competitive.
I'm competitive. I don't want to win them. There's, you know, as Julian can see, there's a range of folks, and there are some really elite runners here in Wasatch, which makes it super fun because you can come out to Julian's race on Saturday and see some folks who are nationally ranked mountain runners.
Wow.
And then you can see some regional, local folks. And it's a great scene because at the end of the race, everybody hangs out. And then Julian breaks it down by category. So, you know, to be the expert category winner is great because you're not at the pro level. It's just the next kind of level down. And then he's got sport, and is there
that's the 3.
The 3. And then, you know, he also incentivizes different levels of people to reach the peak. And so everybody walks away feeling like, 1, they just completed an epic course, and 2, that they walk away with some pretty sweet swag. And that's super fun.
Does that mean we get some discrete swag out of this?
You know it, man.
The goodies. Oh man, I like that.
But the way really with the races, I think that the race themselves are like really, really fun. But from skiing, after a fun day being in the mountains skiing, for me, what is as integral as being in the mountains skiing is celebrating at the end of the day and having some après. So that's why we have the races start at 1 p.m. and the vendor village is rocking. We have 18 really cool brands that are going to be there. We have food, drink, hangout, music, announcer, DJ. So when people get done with the race, I want it to be, you know, a celebration of being in the mountains. Yeah.
All right, I want to talk about that some more and find out who some of the vendors are going to be and what some of the fun parts of this are going to be as far as the celebration is concerned, what Pete's going to miss on. We need to talk about that. We're going to come back with more right here on the Mountain Morning Show as we talk more about the Cirque Series. Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We continue our conversation with Pete Stoughton and with Julian Carr of Discrete in the Cirque Series. Minor man, Pete Stoughton, at least that's the aspiration anyway. You sort of set this up on your own. I want to talk about that for just a second. This idea of being the minor man and becoming the man, the myth, the legend of this. It's a myth you've created.
It's my own reality myth. So,
right?
And
there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. It's fine. My wife hates it, but it's a lot of fun for me, and I'm glad we can all journey together.
Well, we have to because, as everyone knows, the hero journey, right, involves several characters. We all have to play a part in that for you.
That's right.
Right. So we're all gonna play our role. We'll figure out what Julian's is. I know mine's gonna be the protagonist. Do everything I can to keep you from doing it, right? We'll figure out where Julian fits in as well. But yeah, you know, coming up with this idea and pursuing it, that's kind of fun. It's neat to see somebody with a little ingenuity here.
That's right. It's a blast, kind of journeying along the trails and the courses and the people and the whole different aspects of the season here in Park City, the trails, and then, you know, the little struggles. The bumps that I'm facing along the way.
Yeah, as long as they're not injuries, that's
the
big one, right?
I didn't. There's some injuries, but we'll get through those.
Okay.
Yep. The discrete race is going to be a big obstacle for me. It's one of my first up and down races this year. They've all been kind of rolling throughout nice medium terrain, and now I've got to push. Yeah, some peaks.
All right, well, speaking of steeps, we turn attention to Julian Carr. All right, so let's talk about some of the steeps that you guys are planning on doing with this series. This thing is going to go to a lot of really good spots. So where are we having the Cirque Series at this year?
So we're starting at Deer Valley this Saturday, and then it moves to Alta July 15th. And then we're really pumped. We've expanded to Summit County, Colorado. So we're doing Arapahoe Basin on July 29th.
That's a beautiful
place. It's a really cool area, the Continental Divide. And when you're up, you know, it's 14,000 feet. It's insane. And then we're going to Alaska after that. So we're going to
Alyeska?
Yeah, Alyeska. That's August 12th. Really inexpensive flights up to Anchorage. So it's a lot of people are coming out for it, which I'm really fired up about, and all the locals are stoked. And then we're having our finals at Snowbird on August 26th.
Wow.
So really cool mountains.
I love, though, that you are keeping it at home. We begin and end here. These are the places that you know like the back of your hand. Talk about that. Why do you love this place that we all live in so much? I mean, we all know why we like it, but why you?
Well, I think you know, there's not many places in the world that have truly world-class mountains at our doorstep, and a major international airport just as close as the mountains, and you know, a reasonable cost of living. But I really think, for as small as the Wasatch is, it's absolutely, you know, it's very unique in that it's very like I don't know, it's diverse. There's so much to do. There's so many things to do in these mountains, even though it's small. It's they're truly unbelievable. And so for me, I fell in love with skiing a long time ago, and it's still my #1 passion, but mountain running is now a whole nother passion to me. And I found that you can cover more terrain in the Wasatch in 1 to 10-hour day than you could by accessing like really cool mountain bike trails, which is great. But when you're up in these peaks and you're scrambling around on top of, you know, Lone Peak, Pfeiffer Horn, and then all the bench hikes like Jack's Peak and Grandeur and down the line, it's this sense of accomplishment, bagging these peaks, you know, go at sunrise or sunset, and you just feel good. You get in great shape, and I feel like it, you know, living in Salt Lake, Park City, with these mountains right here, it's kind of unbeatable.
Standing atop is kind of it really is, it's a reward all by itself.
Absolutely, and it doesn't matter, and that's why these races, you're all confronted with your fitness, you know, and that's what's so cool about the races. It doesn't matter if you're coming in first, middle, you hit that wall of your fitness, and you got to push through.
You got to push through, and that's what Pete knows about. Let's talk about the end of that, the result, the getting to the finish line, going through that tape, and then being able to celebrate. You mentioned this, the festival atmosphere of this is going to be a lot of fun. Who are we going to expect to see there? Obviously Discrete, we know you're going to have that presence, but who else?
So we got a local company, Kodiak will be there flipping pancakes.
Kodiak Cakes, yeah, we love them.
That's going to be really cool. We got Backcountry, we got Highball Organic Energy Drink, we got Zeal Optics. We got 18 total.
Wow.
And they're all going to have booths set up, and it should be really cool.
See all the newest gear, get ready for...
We'll have demos, we'll have lots going on.
I can hardly wait. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Again, it's this weekend, it's Deer Valley, times, registration, all of that.
CirqueSeries.com, race starts at 1 p.m. So you can sign up as late as the night before or come that morning, which we'd rather have you sign up
Let's
the
see
day
how
before.
I'm feeling, buddy.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking to. I'm going to try. We'll see how I feel that morning, because
Cool.
I'm thinking this is going to be a lot of fun. As you said, there isn't an age group here.
You can do it, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I believe it. You know, when he says that, I feel it.
Yes.
As always, I want to thank you guys
Cheers.
very much for being here.
Yeah.
Pete,
Good to see
good
you
luck
again.
to you. You're
Yep.
going to run it tonight?
Tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Best of luck. Make sure that the course is safe for all of us.
That's right.
Yeah. If you trip and fall, we'll know where not to go.
I might just throw a chip on them tomorrow and just insert them into the results on Saturday.
There you go.
I think that's only fair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, thank you guys so very much for being here. It's the Cirque Series. It starts at Deer Valley. It's going to end at Snowbird, and there's a lot of great destinations in between. You're going to want to keep up to date on it, so make sure you check out the website and track the not only the accomplishments of our own Pete Stoughton, but everybody else who's participating as the season begins. We've got a lot more coming up here on the Mountain Morning Show. We will be right back.